This is Natasha with Bonjour Cuisine. Of course, ladies, you know I'm here to speak nothing but the truth. But ladies, today, what I want to talk to you about is, I just want to know, is it really true that Black women are the least to get married? And if it's true, I just want to know why. I understand that some of you have been playing the blame game. You have been believing in the narrative that you're not good enough, that no man or no Black man is good enough for you. Maybe when I lose weight, I'll get that perfect man. Or maybe when I get all these degrees, I will get the man that I want. Or maybe when I get the house. Maybe when I grow my hair really long, that's when I'll get that good man. And today I'm here to tell you, honey, as a married Black woman, I'm here to help y'all, especially if you are single. I'm here to help you. Or you feel like, you know what? I don't want to live like this anymore. I deserve a good man to love on me. And I deserve to love on a good man. Because, you know, we were created to love and to be loved. I don't care what the media is trying to tell you. That you are good all by yourself. That you don't need a man. That you can just get a dog and a cat and that's it. Honey, you were created for courtship. It's like this coffee maker right behind me that you see here. You see this coffee maker? It's doing its job. When I wake up in the morning and I need some coffee, this coffee maker was created to make some delicious coffee. Okay? So this is an example. And I'm saying that you were created to love and to be loved. So, is it true that Black women are less likely to be married? I was asking myself, let me take a sip on that. Is it true? And what's the reason? Because some of them are married. So I'm going to tell you this right now. When I come on here to talk about things like this, it's hard not to be spiritual. So I'm going to give you a quick background of myself. I am a married Black woman with a good Black man. So that means the reality is there are good Black men out there and there are good Black women out there and they can get together and create a beautiful family. You, my friend, can get married. You, my friend, can find a good man. But I'm sorry, I am addressing to those Black women out there because it's that Black women are less likely to be married. The thing is, some of you are sitting around listening to women who are trashing Black men all your life. These women, maybe they had a bad experience. The problem is they fed you that narrative and now you believe in it. Because of what you've been listening to as a child, you feel like there's no good men out there. And if you grew up in a family, they used to tell you that you're not good enough, that you're not pretty enough, your eyes are too big, your forehead is too big. 15 years ago, you couldn't pay me to put my hair like this. Because you know what? I grew up in this environment where people would tell me that, oh, your forehead is too big, your eyes are too big, and this and that. So I believed this lie about myself that I used to comb my hair and trying to cover my forehead. But one day I woke up and smelled the coffee and I said, you know what? I'm beautiful just the way God made me. All right? So if you're dealing with low self-esteem, you're going to feel like you're not good for anybody. And also, you're going to feel like nobody's good for you, especially if you have been listening to these lies. You know, all Black men are dogs, they're cheaters, they this, they that. Well, guess what? Whatever that you meditate on is what you receive. So if you have been hearing lies all your life, so now here you are, you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s even. Well, I'm going to tell you why you can't find a good man. Because you know what? Some people won't tell you the truth. You can't find a good man as a beautiful Black woman. Nothing's wrong with you. But you can't find a good man. I'm going to tell you why. It's because all your life you have been believing these lies. So now this has become your narrative. And I can tell you, most Black women, most older Black women, they do a very good job by blaming the Black man. By saying they're not good enough, they're all cheaters, they're all this. So now you believe all Black men are cheaters, all Black men are losers, all Black men are abusers. And guess what? This is what you will attract. Because now you go ahead and have your first boyfriend. Guess what? He's a cheater. You know why he's a cheater? This is where your faith is. This is what you will attract. You will attract the cheaters, the abusers. That's what you will attract. Now, if we would reverse that and say, I am going to get married with a good man, a loving husband. I am going to create a beautiful family and have beautiful children. Just like this coffee maker here is doing what it's supposed to be doing, you're going to do what you're supposed to be doing because God created you for love, to love and to be loved. There's nothing wrong with you. And I understand some of you, you've seen some women out there, they think if they get all these degrees, they're going to be all right. If they get that booty done, they're going to be all right. If they get that breast done, they're going to be all right. Honey, it's a matter of the heart. What's in your heart, honey? Do you believe that you're not good enough? Do you believe all black men are cheaters, abusers, and losers? Sis, I know some of you are going to come at me in the comment box below. But for those of you who are in your right mind, you'll understand what I'm saying. So, just like you, I grew up too around these lies. But I said, you know what? I, Natasha, I am going to have a beautiful family with a loving husband, someone that truly loves me and that I love back. And that's what I got, honey. Because you know what? Once you put your faith in something, you believe in it, that's what you get. Maybe it's about time for you to change the narrative. Black women, you don't have to be the least to get married. 2024 is the year that you stop taking counsel from women who are hurt, from women who are divorced, from women who got abused. So these women, unfortunately, what they're doing is planting bad seeds in you, sis. I'm not telling you not to understand where they're coming from. You can have empathy. You can have empathy for them. That doesn't mean you have to take their experiences and call it yours. No, honey. This year is the year that you're going to choose to change that narrative. That not all men are cheaters. Not all men are dogs. And I'm going to tell you this right now. Back in high school, I used to be around these women that used to talk about men like this. The reason why they had those type of experiences is because that was their belief system. So if this is your belief system, honey, this is what you will get. And I'm going to tell you right now, this doesn't have to be you. Some of you ladies, unfortunately, you didn't have a father figure in your house. You didn't grow up with a father. So you don't know how to be loved. So if you don't know how to be loved, how are you going to know when love comes your way? And speaking for myself, I didn't grow up in a family. I used to receive love from daddy, and looking at my children, I'm like, man, this is what I didn't have. But guess what? I'm not throwing a pity party for myself. I recall the good memory. Growing up as a child, I used to have an uncle who got married. His marriage is so beautiful to the point that as a child, I remember saying to myself, when I grow up, I want to get married. I want a marriage like this. When I grow up, I want a beautiful wedding like this. I want a good husband like this. My uncle is a good husband. And I call him uncle because he's older than me. This is one of our family members. When he came to the US, I had a conversation with him and he was shocked and surprised. He pretty much was crying because he didn't know at that time I was paying attention to him. So why am I telling you this story? If you didn't have a father figure in your house, you can always call back onto that memory when you had a neighbor who had a stable family and say, I want this for myself. It is not time for you to throw a pity party for yourself. But long story short, I spoke to my uncle and I told him, thank you. Because I know you didn't know as a child, I was paying attention to you and your wife. And I used to say to myself, I want this when I grow up. And by the way, I had a beautiful wedding and I had the same exact color for my wedding. Because their wedding was so beautiful. They were such an example. I've never seen my uncle arguing with my auntie. And it's not that they didn't get mad, but you never seen them arguing. He loved her and was respectful just the same way, vice versa. So this memory of a good relationship is the narrative that I pick for myself. So what narrative that you're going to pick for yourself? Are you gonna call on that memory when you were a child? You know, the abusive past that you had and the abusive family that you came from. And if this is what you hold on to, honey, this is what you'll have. Don't throw a pity party for yourself and call onto the good memories. The good neighbor that had a good family, the uncle, the aunties that were a good example for you. Call on those memories and create a good family for yourself. And some of you shouldn't even be in a relationship in the first place. Girl, you're dealing with a lot of emotional baggage that you shouldn't be in a relationship right now. You need to take a pause. You need to take a pause and allow God to do some cleanup in your life. You know, you need to be healed. Healed from your past. Healed from the emotional trauma that you had. Some of you, even if God sends you a good man, you're going to push this man away. Recognize that things are not right with you and allow God to heal your pain. Can you imagine you get married with that baggage? You have a good man and a good loving husband in your hand and he's like, honey, I'm going to the gym. And your antenna goes up. Oh yeah, he's about to cheat right now. You're going to cause this man to cheat because you know what? Your belief system, your faith is in that. I really hope this video is helpful to y'all. This is Natasha with Bonjour Cuisine. I'm just coming here with the truth. And again, I just want to help y'all out there. So stay tuned for more videos right here on Bonjour Cuisine.